In the small towns and villages round about Holsworthy in North Devon, there are over 1,000 sick and suffering people. They're isolated by their illness. They need help, they need respite, they need refuge. At this moment, their nearest sanctuary is up there in Barnstaple. But Barnstaple is over an hour's drive away on poor and difficult roads. An hour to get there, an hour to get back. It's much too much for tired and fragile bodies. So as a result, few make that journey. They rely on visiting nurses to come bring comfort to their doorstep. But a hospice, like the Longhouse Hospice, close to home, could provide so much more. And you could help build it.
It's about supporting people who are facing their death or loss of somebody they love, to make the best of life, really.
Friends pick us up when we fall down. And if they can't pick us up, they lie down and listen for a while. You're not a case history in a hospital bed, more like an old friend fallen on hard times. I used to think, like many people, that a hospice was a place you went to die when the doctors gave up on you. Nothing could be further from the truth.
It's about learning to live well, knowing that at some point all of us are going to have an end. And when people come together, what I've seen is that people can actually really help each other to face those challenges and actually start to enjoy life and find what's important.
The day I found out she was diagnosed with cancer, they put me in for counselling with Mandy. She would come to my primary school, which is a local school around here, and she'd sit with me every week and we'd make different things to help me worry, like worry dolls, and we'd draw pictures, which is incredible, especially when you're 10.
I've done quite a lot of work with children who are facing the death of a parent or a grandparent, to help them really come to terms with what's happening and understand what's happening.
One day I was at school and got a phone call saying that Mum wasn't doing great and that we should probably come up here for the day. And we sat and had tea and coffee and sat by her bed, and it's not like you come in and basically being told that your mum's going to die, you need to spend time with her. It's normal. It's like coming home when you come to the hospice.
There are lots of tears, but there's lots of laughter as well, you know, when people come together in that way. Everything's included. There's nothing that can't be talked about.
Before I became a hospice nurse, I'd had some relatives who died without support, and I'd also then had a couple that died with hospice support, and I was blown away by the difference.
Annie, my colleague, who has worked out in Holsworthy for 20 years as a community hospice nurse, who goes and visits families out there, she knows that if there'd been somewhere like the Longhouse, she would have referred people for support.
If I even suggested to some people, you know, you can go and have an aromatherapy massage, and they would say, yes, but it's a good hour's drive, it's a horrible road. By the time you get back home again, it's all unravelled. We deal with the big stuff, like the really complex pain, but we also are really concentrating on the detail. A sore mouth may not sound very much to most lay people, but a sore mouth to somebody who's just come out of a lot of chemotherapy and they can't drink very much and so on, can actually really affect the quality of life for somebody.
Hello, Annie. Nice to see you.
And you, lovely to see you.
Come on in.
Obviously, it has to remain professional.
Have a seat, Annie.
Thanks. But I've always felt that, to a certain extent, you have to give a little bit of yourself as well.
Miranda has lost her partner. He would have benefited so much from a local hospice, and so would Miranda, because a hospice provides relief for carers as well as patients. But both found the journey to Barnstaple impossible. What they needed most of all was a local hospice.
Well, I know initially the hope is to have the counselling team come down so that people will ask me things. Oh, you married? You live locally? Because I live what is perceived as locally. Holsworth, I'm not a Barnstable person, so that's really good. People like that.
There's 1,000 people around Holsworthy who are trying to deal with life-threatening illness. All of them could benefit from the new hospice. But things don't change quickly around here. If you had come here 50 years ago, the only thing different would be the tractors and the absence of mobile phones. Change, when it does come, isn't always appreciated, but mention the new hospice.
This area here, we care about people, so this is going to really go down well. You'll get tremendous support in this area. We're friendly here in North Devon, an independent rural community, and this is just what we need.
I think it's going to be a very good thing for Holsworthy. It's something that I would support myself personally, because I love looking after people.
I think it's a good thing, yeah. Anything that supports the local community, you know, helps people to, you know, carry on with their lives in whatever situation. Yeah, it's a great thing.
It's brilliant. I mean, I think we need this sort of a community house here, and very supportive for the people, because every second person you talk to has somebody going through cancer or illnesses, and they need the support, which is really, really needed here.
Well, I might have to go there one day myself, you never know, do you? But, you know, it is just, that's all I can say. I know some people have gone there and it's helped them, you know.
And this is where the Longhouse will be. Holsworthy's very own hospice outreach centre, right next to the medical centre. And this is what it will look like. Modern, attractive and welcoming. Offering one-to-one counselling, complementary therapy and support for patients and their families, with outpatient clinics run by specialist nurses like Annie, and training for local healthcare professionals. The latest facilities on the doorstep, with a gentle touch. Times are hard for many folk today, not least in this northerly part of Devon where economic recovery is slow. But we do need to raise £75,000. And for this, we rely on your generosity. Please help those friends fallen on hard times.
We have a real laugh, we play games, we played Scrabble today, we have pub quizzes, we have all sorts of things. We go down to the garden, we've had a cream tea.
All got different ailments, but you're all sort of in the same boat, so you just get on and enjoy each other, take the mickey out of each other.
I look forward to coming, I really do. For all the friends, you know, you make friends when you come here, and they're all in the same boat. So I shall come as long as I can, which mightn't be long, but I'm still coming.
Very important, because it was your last refuge.